नाहं कर्ता हरिकर्ता प्रथमो हनुमन्नाम द्वितीयो च पूर्णप्रज्ञतृतीयस्तु भगवत्कार्यसाधकः. What a wonderful topic today to discuss. The topic is about Brahmins and vitamin D. So, two different things joined together to have some fruitful discussion which will benefit our community. So, let's understand what is vitamin D. So, vitamin D is very important component of which comes from food and also comes from sun, and then it is required for our body to be more immune, and the body has very good bone strength. Body automatically have improved immune system, and also it can avoid diseases if there is a sufficient amount of vitamin D supplied to our body. And today most of the issues, whenever after 30 age or even for the kids, when they go for consultation, when they do the blood test, most of the time it is found that they have vitamin D deficiency. And even people living in the village have vitamin D deficiency, though they are exposed to more sunlight and everything. And we all know that vitamin D deficiency can cause lot of issues. It can invite lot of diseases into the body, and hence we are like having more and more number of diseases. Now, we have to understand one fundamental thing that our ancestors used to tell. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. The body is something which is God gifted. We never decide what body we have to enter in and then get a body in this life. The body has been gifted by God, and that's where like we have to always pray in God, and always we should be thankful to God, because though we are independent atmas, but the body depends on the God's mercy. Now, secondly, whenever you go to doctor, so the remedy for that is either they will prescribe you some tablets, or they will prescribe you some injection which you have to take on a weekly basis to compensate your vitamin D. Sometime the learned people or some experts keep talking about issues like, hey, you are vegetarian, it's very tough for you to get vitamin D, and hence maybe you have to take some tablets which contain non-vegetarian content, or you can start eating non-vegetarian. So this is a disaster. Now, second thing is very important concept that our ancestors used to tell is dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If you do dharma, dharma will protect you. Now you may be wondering, what is the relationship between sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam and dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, vitamin D and Brahmins? Okay, let's understand it very deeply. It is beneficial to you and everyone. So, the routine of a Brahmin starts with getting up very early in a Brahmi Muhurta, when the body reconstruction happens very rapidly and body has all sufficient natural ingredients to build the body again. So, when it builds body during this Brahmi Muhurta, it is more perfection building, and it will yield a very good healthy cells through which our body construction happens perfectly. Secondly, there is a requirement that we have to do Nirmala Visarjana early in the morning. For that, you have to go to river or pond or any water source where you have to take a holy bath, and then come back and then do Nirmala Visarjana, and then again take such bath in holy river or pond, and then do Deva Puja. And even you have to bring that pure water from these holy resources and then do the puja. Now, again, coming back to the topic, what is the vitamin D topic here? So, remember, Brahmins were prescribed to take holy bath in river, pond, or well, or pushkarni, these kind of resources. What is the special about water content in it versus water that we store in our tank or at our home? Okay, the difference is here. During the entire day, these exposed water resources like pond, river, everything will absorb sunlight. The moment any absorption of sunlight happens, the energy from sun is stored into such resources. When you take a holy dip into such particular resources, those energy components or energy resources would enter into our body through various ways, and then give you required give you required stuffs that is needed for the body. So one of the ways vitamin D, which is part of sunlight, gets into our body is through this river and pond or this pushkarni as well. Now what has happened? We have stopped taking holy dip into any of the river. Forget about taking holy dip. We are very irresponsible today as a Brahmins that we don't even protect these water resources. We are never caring about building any water resources in any of the temples. We have money to build, cross together money to build buildings or construction, but we don't have money to build pushkarni or a pond or well, which can give us very good resources. So taking these holy dips in the water, etc., when it gives vitamin D for free, then why you need medicine, right? So precaution is better than prevention is something which doctor only tells, but precautions are not being taught very well today. So when the Brahmins do their own dharmic rituals, they definitely get a lot of benefits out of it to health, mind, and then body. The sound mind in a sound body comes to picture. They can be able to guide other people to do such good stuffs in their life. Not only this, along with that, if you see the Dharma of Brahmins, they will use pure Tulsi. Today, it is one of our responsibility is to protect the Tulsi original seeds, so that we don't get into a hybrid situation where the Tulsi leaf will look like banana leaf, and then we do samarpana of that to God. So we are in a hybrid era for business purpose, for benefit. Anybody can modify tulsi seeds and then make it grow big and big. When we think of doing the Laksha Tulsi Archana and all, we have to keep this thing in mind that are we putting pressure on the market to produce more Tulsi, which none of us are producing at our home and contributing to temple. Definitely a businessman will think a business opportunity. He will modify genetics of Tulsi and then grows more Tulsi to you so that in the future he will lose the originality of the Tulsi itself. Tulsi is one of the powerful Ayurvedic medicine which is helpful for many diseases, and Brahmins used to use Tulsi for their puja as part of their dharma. Next comes Shaligrama, Chakrankita, Shankha. These are all special things that are made out of sea, ocean. Imagine the amount of sunlight, amount of energy from Panchabhuta that is acquired by pond or river. The Samudra has 100 times more than that. And the residual of all these energy components, and then God Himself stays in Shaligrama. Shaligrama Shilayamai Swayam Vyaktastadevacha Bimbamurtya Saikina Sadanchintaidharim is essence of our puja. And when God Himself resides in Shaligrama, and when all energy itself resides in the form of Shaligrama, and if we do our minimum dharma of doing Shaligrama puja daily, aren't we getting a good energy into our body? Are we not getting good health benefits, mind benefits out of this? We are losing that today. The importance of this particular video is to tell you some stories like this, where when we did our dharma, naturally we were getting all the essential things that we need for this particular body. The moment we against dharma, the moment we started moving against the dharma, stopped doing dharma, as said, dharma protects only those who protect it. So now it stopped protecting us. Now we are exposed to many diseases. Now doctors prescribe, our own Brahmin doctors prescribe to eat a tablet which is a non-vegetarian content. Do we need all these things, or can we go back, study very well about what is our dharmic ritual says, what is that we are going to get as a different benefit apart from spiritual benefits or adhyatmic benefits, and then start practicing it as a responsible persons on the society. As a Brahmins, we have thousand times more responsibilities than anybody else in terms of protecting natural resources. The amount of pressure that we are putting on cow by eating ice cream, by drinking more milk, or using more amount of milk, this particular impact comes on cows. The cow holders would inject more hormones into cow so that it can produce more milk to meet the acceptance of the market. Similarly, we are demanding more requirement of tulsi and flowers. The people who grow tulsi and flowers are injecting more hormones or chemicals or modifying the genetics to produce and supply that in the market. Similarly, we are not caring about water resources. Hence, we are being given a treated or polluted water to drink, and that is causing damage to us. We should be in a position to teach others how to live in this life, how to live with resources. That is the essence of Madhva Tattvas. Madhvacharya says we have to live with nature. We cannot go against nature and live. If we apply all these principles, I think we can still protect this beautiful world, still do our great sadhana, and still continue our spiritual journey because moksha is the only our aim. Bhakti Jnana is only our aim. And these all such problems we have to solve ourselves instead of depending on anyone and then make our life very beautiful. Thank you once again. This is done with the intention of Naham Karta, Hari Karta, Sarvam Vishnu Pujartam, Priyatam Me Janardana. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.